Oh, hello, Nastro. David? Nastro beat you to it, David. What happened to those Texan horses? Lagging behind? Too much to eat? Too many things to play around? Texans are no longer as they used to be. Good old Texans. It's too cold for them or for you to get. What's the temperature in Dallas right now in this season? 45 Fahrenheit. What is it? 45 minus 32. That's, what is it, 13? 13 over 180 equal C over 100. So 1,300 C over 180. That's 130 over 18. 130 over 18. What is 130 over 18? 130 over 18. Come on, get the calculation. 130 over 18. Come on, David. 130 over 18. 130 over 18, my friend. Let me do it here. $130 divided by 18. Wow, really? C equals 722, 7.22 centigrade? That's colder than here. What's going on? You got 9, I got 7.22. So that means it's not 45. It's more than 45. It's like 50. Listen, I'm old school. We still calculate by formula to bring Fahrenheit to centigrade. We're in Canada, Celsius. That's what rules. But we still also work on Fahrenheit. So anyhow, let's say hello to everyone who's joined us while we're calculating the weather in Texas. I didn't think Dallas would be that cold. Interesting. So, okay, then you've got good excuse. Keep the horses in the barn and keep yourself in the room, in the house, and warm up. 2 cement shoes, 35 male, California. I love these names. 2 cement shoes, I'll get back to you as the first one that we're going to talk about, his question and concern. And Kazi Tuta says, Hola, Senor Mehran. Hola, Kazi. Ayushman says, hello, sir. Good to see you. Hello, good to see you. And he says, I just wanted to thank you. My board exams are near. I'm studying hard. Aha, good for you. That's what I want to hear. Your videos are helping a lot. I guess I have moved on. It's just every morning when I wake up. That's not a problem. Every morning when you wake up, you got to go through lots of things that you don't want to go through, such as, I don't know, washing your face, going to the bathroom, many things that are not really yet where you want it to be, how you want it to be. So thinking and thoughts and negative thoughts and things like that about the ex and all that in the morning is also one of the things that you got to go through. It's just like going to the bathroom. Get rid of it and then go on with your day. That's how you should think of it. You'll be fine, Ayushman. Focus, keep your eyes on the prize. It's close. Do the exam well, and you have time to just, think whatever you want to think. Now, attention to the exam. That's got priority over everything else. Your ex is not more important than your whole entirety of the life. Do not allow breakups affect your plans, opportunities for your studies and exams, for your jobs. Never. Because when you forget about that pain of the breakup and ex and all that, then you will be left holding the bag and saying, what happened? I don't even care about that anymore. But in the process, I didn't take care of my exams, my studies, my job. I lost my job. I have no money. Now the real pain starts. Compared to this, that breakup, you don't give a shit anymore. So be aware of that. Don't allow a breakup, emotional hardship, challenge to affect your prosperity in the future, your opportunities, your exams, studying, future plans, job. Take care of them. They'll all be balanced again. Be patient. Keep going forward. Stay on the main road. Do not escape from such things. If you keep escaping, you will still have to deal with it, because what you're escaping from keeps coming back towards you. Let's say you're escaping from a wild animal in somewhere that you're of no fault, and the wild animal is after you. So you keep escaping from it, it will keep coming at you. Eventually you got to face it. But you face it, get rid of it, and focus on what you got to be going, you'll be safer than escaping. By escaping, all you're doing, you're deferring the inevitable. Face it and say, hey, that challenge is not important. I don't give a damn. I don't let it affect me. Then you're good. Now, Ibs says, hello, sir. Hello. Ibs says, I think you know by now, age 24 from Canada. No, actually I don't, Ibs. That's the thing. You guys think that when you put it in there, I will remember. I don't, because you know what? Most screen names are screen names. They're not names. Like, I remember David's, Dallas 23, Texas. I mean, the reason for that is because it's got a name and he's been around here a lot. But when it's screen names, and even if it's regular names, so many different ones, I won't remember, because I'm not focusing to remember who I'm talking to for the next time. I'm just focusing to know it when I want to answer the questions, and then I forget about the specifics, how old you are, where you're tuning in from. So I need that constantly. But see, for example, right now, if you hadn't told me you're from Canada, I wouldn't remember. 24, I wouldn't know. But I recognize the name, the screen name. I know that's you, someone that I have talked to you before. And let's see. So looks like we can say hello as we go through. So hello to everyone. Let's start. Let's see. I see Olga here. Olga says, oh, hi, Mehran. So far, no lagging. Oh, good, good. Good to hear that. I hope it'll stay that way. Well, you know, I'm at, maybe at this end, if there's any problem come from this end, I'm at fault because I keep forgetting to call that new company to come and give me cable connection. But I just forget. There's so many little things I do during the day that I often forget. So I will attend to it, but hopefully that it would not be lagging. So let's go back and respond to the first question that we had here from Two Cement Shoes, I believe it was. Yes, Two Cement Shoes. Two Cement Shoes, 35, male, California. Hello there. Says, I'm severely depressed. From a 3.5 years, 2 years living together. Relationship. I got out last April. At first, I was so happy to get my freedom back and dated a bit. But a few months later, began to realize how much I messed up in the relationship, how much she did for me, and how much I miss her. Now I have my freedom, but I'm still deeply depressed, and women are ruined for me. Can you listen to yourself? It's like saying, I love that food so much. It saved me from hunger. I hadn't eaten for so long. It was so delicious. What good ingredients, good aroma, everything. And I just love it. Now I can't find that food. So food is ruined for me. No, you still need the nutrition. You still need the food. You still need the whole feeling that it brings to you, nutrition that it brings to you, the quality that could help you with your health and all that. So you can't say that because you can't find that very wonderful food, that, as you put it, then you have no interest to eat anymore. Pretty much I'm delivering a point to you, and that is a one relationship, whether it was your fault or her fault or whatever happened, it was a relationship. A relationship is part of life. It's not the whole entirety of life. Life is far bigger than that. You're here for lots of things to learn, experience, and be able to set goals, learn, be compatible with life, with nature, learn from nature, harmonize yourself with the energy of the universe, learn certain things that you can contribute to the well-being of the world, to others, affect life and world in general positively, and deliver certain experiences that you learn, deliver some results by bringing best version of yourself because of those experiences, because of what you go through. And some of those things that you go through and experiences are not so pleasant all the time, but they are necessary for you to become who you become, as wise as you can, so you can help others and at the same time learn what life is all about. This is not a holiday. Life is not like you've gone to a, I don't know, fun fair. There are lots of things that happens in it that may not be pleasant. At one time it is, then it's not. It's like biking on a road. Not the whole distance is going to be paved and good road. Could be putts here and there, gravel here and there, slippery here and there. So you got to simply do your best regardless. Sometimes you fall from the bike and you got to make sure you have a good fall, meaning you break the fall and you are not really that hurt and able to get back on the bike and keep going. Because just because you have fallen down doesn't mean the journey is finished, that you arrived to your destination. You still got to get up on that bike and finish the road and see what else is out there that you should negotiate and learn and see and, get those experiences. Now, relationship is one of those things in life. If you're supposed to stop and halt everything that is going to be happening and going, or you're supposed to be experiencing in life when you break up, then do you really think that you were born in this world just to meet this particular girl and have pleasure of her companionship and intimacy and feel good about everything, and that's it? That was why you were born? What do you think? You can see that life is bigger than one relationship or one woman, or if you're a woman, one man, or whatever your relationship is. It's not about one relationship. It's about what you learn in it, what your duties and responsibilities are as a citizen of this world, that cannot be summed up and limited to one relationship. And now that you messed it up, if you messed it up or she messed it up or it didn't work somehow, one way or another, then the whole world, entirety of the world is shut down. Nothing works. Everything else still works. Still other wonderful human beings out there, despite the shitty ones. Still more wonderful, beautiful, well-mannered, wise, educated, kind souls out there for both, for all people. And you can find other beautiful women, other women that you can find things in common, given time and efforts. But yes, if you say, ruined for me because I can only love one woman, even though she doesn't love me anymore, but I can't go on and love another. Well, what? That's like saying a bicycle can only be ridden by one person. That bicycle is not capable of giving a ride to any other person who knows how to ride a bicycle. It may not be the exact example that I'm trying to put, but focus on the message. The message is that you're not limited to what you have made yourself to be limited in your mind. There's only her I can love. There's no other one like her. I messed it up. Okay, you messed it up, you feel guilty. Okay, fine. But she's not willing to come back, and that's her right, and that's okay. But the good news is that she's not the only woman that you could base your life on. The fact is that you can learn from it and offer a better version of yourself to the next qualified woman that you find, and be as nice and wonderful to her as you could be, and then see how many wonderful things she will bring to your life, which you didn't expect and didn't even think that your ex could have even measured up. But you don't know that. Without knowing it, you still decree that I cannot love another. Why? Why? You don't even know who they are, where they are, what their qualifications are. Because in your field of the known, the consciousness, there's no other example. There's nothing lined up, nothing that you know of that there is out there waiting for you. Therefore, that not knowing makes you think the one that you knew is the only one, because that's the limit of your experience and knowledge about your possibilities. But possibilities are not about the things that you know and you're aware of. Possibilities are also the stuff that you don't know about and haven't even happened yet. But definitely they are on their ways, because that's called possibilities. In fact, the X is no longer a possibility. It's a definite no, definitely not working. So why you keep thinking about a definite not working as a possibility that it may work, and keep you there, not allowing yourself to cut the rope and have your boat into the ocean and discover and explore other things and find possibilities. What you don't know are possibilities, but you guys think that what you don't know is an impossibility, and only what you know is possibility. No, what you know is either working, which if it was working you wouldn't be thinking this way, or it's not working, which is no longer a possibility. It's not. Possibilities are the things that you in fact don't know. So when you don't know about if you will meet someone or not, then be damn sure that there's a huge possibility about you meeting someone wonderful. So having said that, I want you to shake yourself up, dust your jacket, and put your best foot forward and go on to your life. What is this wussy attitude of I can't go on because of her. What? 2.5 years, so big deal. If you have no confidence in yourself, if you think you don't worth anything, that she did you a favor, then you've got your work cut out. Meaning you got to go out and build something out of yourself, accomplish yourself, bring that confidence in yourself, feel good about yourself. Then you wouldn't be sitting around crying about the ex. You would be actually looking forward to say, look, I'm qualified, I'm a good person, I've learned and modified myself, and I've got more to offer, and I'm sure there will be wonderful women out there that would meet me halfway and would be willing for us to find more about each other, see where that goes. That's the way you think, and that's the way you move, and that's the way you roll. Now, let's talk to Jay. Jay says, hi, Mehran, 37, male, Toronto. Hello, Jay. And Jay says, I recently dated again. I know I shouldn't expect anything, but I cannot help but compare my last relationship. I think want to give up dating, at least for now. Well, that's fine. You don't have to push yourself. You got to first come to terms about knowing yourself, who you are, what you're worth, and why is it that you keep stuck on the ex. Just imagine if you didn't know the ex. If you didn't know the ex, you never met her, would you be sitting at your home and wondering, all these girls that you went out, they're no good, not qualified, oh, I don't want it, I hate it, I don't want to go out for now with anybody? No, you wouldn't. But what has happened is not that that ex was so amazingly perfect for you. It's just because you had a chance to get to know and introduce her into your consciousness, and it became part of your field of the known. It created a certain kind of psychological security, that elusive psychological security, by the fact that you guys shared certain mechanical processes. You paid attention to those mechanical processes. You created a certain routine, certain order. That certain routine and certain order made you feel secure, made your mind feel secure. And now that there's nobody else to feel that, because you haven't given that kind of a time and experiences with someone new, you're now looking for her in your consciousness, in your field of the known. And the byproduct of that is that you're not giving any time or opportunity to someone new to become part of your field of the known, the consciousness, your experiences, your conditioning. Create a new set of things that you do, set of mechanical processes through which you establish new order and bring security to your mind through this new order that you've created. As long as you don't create a new order, you're not patient enough to give any relationship a chance, or at least be able to look at them for what they are rather than comparing them while you're looking at them with the ex and all the good things, all the hurt that you had, and you want to cover it up or secure it for yourself, or remedy it for yourself by getting her back to feel that your ego is now intact. All these motivations are really not letting you see what the ex was and why it didn't work. And at the same time, it's not letting you see the new candidates, who they are, and what wonderful qualities they have. I don't say that everybody that you go out, you should actually think that, oh, that's the right girl. No, but I'm saying everybody that you should go out, you should just see them for who they are. Interact with them, not with a physical being sitting there with the poster of the ex in front of her face, and you're constantly trying to see, but that's not her. She wouldn't do it like this, but I felt better with her. No, you felt better with her because you're injured. You're like a tiger that has been hit and you're bleeding. And now you want to find that whoever made you bleed, and by getting back with her, you feel that you've taken revenge and your ego is set back to where it was, and it's a reset. You're just injuring yourself by thinking this way. Instead of thinking, I don't think the one who left me or is not giving us a chance anymore is qualified for me to pursue. You're dealing with it not as you should. You're dealing with it from a position of weakness rather than position of confidence and power. That, listen, I know myself, whatever I did or I didn't, this thing didn't work. And when I approach her again to let's get back, she didn't want to. Therefore, when a woman doesn't want to be with you, she is disqualified for you to pursue her. Simple. But you can't do that. Why? Because your ego is calling for you to take revenge. And the revenge is to get her back, to show yourself that you still got it. But you got it or don't got it have nothing to do with her. It has to do with how you deal and negotiate with challenges of life. If someone doesn't want you, how you deal with it, that's when you realize you got it or you don't got it. If you're hanging on to someone else's charity or someone else's interest in you to feel that you got it or not, then you're always dependent on other people's interest in you or attention or opinion about you. But if you're actually focused on what makes them qualified or not, then you're the boss. You set the tone to allow yourself to pursue someone or not based on the fact that if they are qualified or not, which means if they like you or not, or want to be with you or not. And if they don't, automatic disqualification. And then you go on. But as long as you have established that, you think your powers and confidence dependent on other people's reaction towards you. You should learn to get away from that and become your own boss, the master of your own domain, master of your own consciousness. That a woman likes you or doesn't like you does not diminish or increase your value and worth. What it does is if you find it mutually acceptable, both of you, that you're compatible and you both like to give it a chance and see how it works. So if you go out with other girls, see them for who they are. Appreciate them. Learn to see who they are. What kind of human being that is sitting in front of you? What is her opinion about life? What is she looking for? What are you looking for? Have some fun, enjoy, and talk and converse. That's all. But if you go in with a plan, I'm going to see if I can replace this with that one, and this is my chance now. Perhaps I can fix this whole situation, what I feel, by placing somebody else into my life. No! Just go out there and talk, enjoy, converse, talk about things. You don't have to think of her as a candidate for girlfriend. Just a date. Just converse. A human to human. And then you will see if you guys have anything to common to build on it or not. But do not bring that ex's face or credentials or whatever it is that you hung up on and put it between the new date and you. You will never have a good time or know who it is that you're going out with now. So, that's what I have to say about that. Deal with it now. Now, well, Jay, can you hear yourself? The girl has left. You asked her to get back together. She said no. So what does it take for you to know that you shouldn't pursue that anymore? You're telling me I just don't feel it anymore. I'm just working and keeping busy. Okay, that part is good. I think it's best to give up hope. Well, why did you have hope up to now for her? Why? Or you mean give up hope to find something new? You cannot give up hope to find something new, but you shouldn't be looking for it either. Just focus on life. Do your living, do your things. These sort of things happens. If you keep, listen, if you lost something on the floor of your home, how do you think you can really pinpoint it where it is? Like, you know, a key. Or some kind of, I don't know, bead or coin or something that you lost, a ring, a jewel, something you lost on the floor of your home, carpeted home, or, I don't know, wood floor. But it's a big home, lots of things there. What's the best way to find it? To go put your face to the ground You know, like how dogs sniff the ground and go that close? No, you won't. You won't be able to see. Why? Because you're limiting the field of your vision. And you won't be able to actually see what that it is that you're seeing because you're too close. You can't focus. You got to back up. Back up so you can see expanded version of the home, and you can focus on things, and you can scan more, and you will feel more relaxed rather than in that position all on your fours and just trying to find it so close and cover only so small area. Takes longer. Back up, relax, take a look, and you will see something is different from the floor. It's out of place. It shines, reflects the lighting, and you have a better field of vision, better angle to see things from a little bit above, a little bit further, far away. So that's what you should do, rather than thinking that, I should give up hope. Well, when you're so close looking for a girlfriend, you will miss the field of vision that there's so many wonderful people out there, and you will miss the ones that actually suit you because you're so close looking and you're comparing so impatiently, and you're not really seeing the whole scope of that character, but instead you're looking for something in her that looks like the one that you lost. And you're so close to it that even if she has something similar or even better, you won't even be able to recognize because you're looking for something so close. You're searching for it. Give up search. Just relax. Go out and have fun with them, and not as a candidate for girlfriend, just someone to spend time with. And don't turn them into a therapist by talking about the ex. And then eventually, the things that you didn't expect will walk into your life. And then on a normal settings, you find things in common rather than keep looking. It's like back up, you'll have a better view and you will see things more clear. And about your new dates, you'll also begin to see things more clear about them. If you're not so focused on if they qualify, how do they compare? So, you should have given hope on the ex much earlier than now, you're telling me. All right, let's go to the next caller. Let's pretend this is a podcast. Caller, a writer, I should say. Majid says, hey Mehran. Hello, Majid. How are you? Ayushman says, if you can please help me with my morning problem. Excuse me? I hope you know what you're writing. Well, that's all up to you, man. Okay. All right. Let's go. Obviously, you means what you mean, but there's not enough information here. So, all right. Who else is next here? Olga says, I wonder how to accept the fact that my close friend doesn't really want to see me anymore. She rejected a couple of invitations and I didn't see her for half a year. I feel she's not interested. Simply pick up the phone and ask her this directly. Says, we've been friends for a long time and we always communicated. What happened to you? What is it that you're dodging me, ignoring me, or escaping from me? Have I done something that offended you? If I have, let me know. We've been friends for too long. It's not a good idea to let it be like that. So help me out here. If there's something I've done, let me know. We'll talk about it. If it's certain other reasons, well, at least let's respect our friendship and let me know. I feel hurt because I think you're a wonderful person and you're a good friend of mine. So don't let me think of you this way. And I don't want to feel that you're somehow disappointed with me. And of course, you can go on your way and we don't have to be friends. That's okay. But at least I want to know, what is it that has made you react towards me in this way? Simple. You know, you don't have to have the excuse to talk to her directly. All right. Let's go to Turles says, hello again, a 30 mail from New York. Hello, Big Apple. So, he says, with 4 O's, so I was supposed to go out today with this girl I like, but she called it off. Yeah, some usually do. That's called the curse of the date. Then she asked me if I was busy next week. I said no. I asked her what's her schedule. Oh, I see. So it wasn't just a abrupt cutoff. So we can schedule. But she said, I'll let you know. Did she brush me off? What does it mean? Who cares? Focus on the actuality. The actuality is that you don't have a date today. So now don't try to guess what the heck is going on or not. Wait, do your thing. Don't wait for her. Do whatever it is that you're doing. Let her call you and let you know. It may be just nothing. Just she got busy, she can't explain it, or whatever it is. No problems. Don't question it too much. Let's see what happens. Focus on your day and attend to your duties and responsibilities. By the way, guys, how is the resolution and the voice quality? Ibzy Ib says, sir, my ex in person likes to talk to me. She would follow me home and buy me cake. Ibzy, where are you tuning in from? Remember? You said it once, but every time. It's 24 from Canada. Okay. All right. See, if you guys don't tell me with every follow-up or every question, I got to roll up and figure it out, and then I lose where the questions are. So help me out. Every time you write something, let me know where, who, and how old. All right. He says, so my ex in person likes to talk to me. She would follow me home and buy me cake. All right, so far so good. She has a boyfriend now, and when I asked if she did, meaning if she did have a boyfriend, she tried to hide it from me and hesitated to tell me. When she told me, finally, she said that I'm better than her boyfriend in looks, height, personality, etc. She will tell her friend that she feels like she's in a relationship with the guy just for the sake, and after that, she said, I'm cute, etc. But she says we have no future. I can't believe some of these girls. What kind of a game is this? You're nice personality, you look good, and you're nice and all that, but we have no future together. How do you know? Why? You gotta ask her, why do you say that? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I don't know. But what is it that have made you so confident about the fact that we don't have a future, and has made you confident that you do have a future with the guy that you're telling me everything I have is better than his? He says, I just don't get the logic here. So the guy that doesn't have the stuff that you want, you think it's worthy to be his girlfriend. But the guy who does have the stuff that you want and you pleased with him, which is me, you think we have no future with it. But the guy that doesn't have the stuff that you want, you think it's good enough or perhaps a future there? Something here, am I missing? So put it like that to her. It's both funny and at the same time inquisitive. All right. Let's go to Majid. Let's go to Ayushman, because I lost Majid's first part, I guess, so I'll go back. Ayushman says, hello sir, good to see you. Oh, I see. We talked to Ayushman. Oh, okay. Oh, we talked to Ayushman. Okay, we go to Majid again. Says, hey Mehran. And then I have no other thing from, oh, there it is. Majid says, I'm in the feeling like shit on and off. Get off the bathroom, then you will be fine. My friends have left me, and it's like I was never alive. Then they're not friends. Why are you wondering to get the people who don't credit you with value of friendship, but you still call them friends? Friends are friends as long as they behave friendly. When they don't wonder and say that my friends left me. Well, that means they're not friends. They never were. Because in these situations, or some situations, is when you get to know who is a friend and who qualifies as a friend and who doesn't. He says, I didn't complain about my breakup, just stayed home because I lost a job and wanted to heal. And stay away from negative people, but now it's nothing. By the way, got a new job, told you before, if I remember well. I'm delighted that you got a new job. That's good news. And stay away from negative people, but now it's nothing. Oh, it's double print here, okay. But it's now, I think I remember, I told you before I remember, okay. Friends have all forgotten me, and me, I haven't complained to them for anything, just well, again, it's a double print. What are you doing to me? Keep writing the same thing? Are you being a hoarder now? So where's the point? Is there a point in here? Majid? I don't see anything here. All right then. All right. You just wanted me to read a bunch of things. All right. So I don't find any more follow-up from you. So we go to just take a short break. It's 20 people here. Take a moment, click on like if you like. I'd appreciate it. Guys, don't forget to share the videos you like on your social media. We need more shares. Some people still find me and they say, oh, I'm so delighted to find you finally. This channel makes sense. It helps me so much. I'm feeling much better. I wish I could find you earlier. And then I ask, why weren't you able to find me earlier? They said, because when we were looking for answers after a breakup, you wouldn't show up at the top of the list of the suggestions. And I keep watching this and that and so forth on other channels, and I found them, they're not helpful. That's what she said to me. Until one day I found yours also part of the suggestions. So we are not visible, guys. It's not that people really wouldn't enjoy or looking for the quality of the contents that we offer here. Is that we are not up on the list of the algorithm. We won't be seen. The channels who've got lots of viewers or subscribers, or however we got them, I don't care, but they've got that, they get priority, and we get buried until somebody keeps going up a couple of pages, then finds us. So for that, we need to go a little bit viral if you could, and we can't do that without you guys sharing it. Share the videos that you like as many times as you can. Different videos. Then more people will view the videos that you like, that you think it's a good one, it helps someone just like yourself. Then when they see it that many times, then we'll have more subscribers, and then that would put us into a bigger viewer, and then we'll get noticed. So we're doing everything we can from this end, all the live talks, all the beautiful thumbnails that Olga has been doing for us, and the new videos that I come up from time to time, all the trimmings, uploads every day, all of that. But we still need your input from the other end by sharing the videos. Pull into your resources and find people who can put us on the map. As I mentioned, your university radio station, your university paper, or whatever it is that you're connected with, get them to notice us. Do an interview with me, or look at the channels and write something on it, and stuff like that. All right. So I don't see who's new. You see, that's the problem. If I want to go one by one, then the people who came 5 minutes later, they won't get the questions answered to 2 hours from now. And if I don't, I'll simply miss who did put the question here. All right. Ibs says, but I told her my feelings, and she said that we shouldn't always talk about feelings, and she texted saying she wants to be friends with me, but her actions show she obviously has feelings, I told her. All right. Ibs says maybe it's because of her background and we have no future. We are from different race, and her family and mine won't accept us, I guess. She even told her friends that, but when I say the same thing to her, she denies and says because we aren't compatible. Yet when I want to wish her happy and have closure, she never responds to that text. And even in person, when I said I wish her happiness, she turns away and leaves while slowly whispering, I wish you happiness. You're making a drama movie here, Ibs. It's like she doesn't want to cut off ties because she said it were, I could barely hear. All this while she has a boyfriend. So, sir, please, what's going on here? I'm confused because I care about her a lot. Well, listen, your problem here is that you're waiting for her to call the shots. You're the most important person in your own life at the moment. So you must decide what it is that you want. Do you want a girl that doesn't want you, or for some reason she's not clear or stepping forward and playing this game, whether she's doing it on purpose or not, doesn't matter. The result is the same. The outcome is the same. She's talking to you and pulling back, talking to you but nothing more. Be friends. That's for her convenience. You're a guy. You can't be friends with the girl that you really had emotions and romantic feelings about. It's just not easy. So you make a decision. Tell her, listen, you have a boyfriend and you have your reasons not to want to be with me. I'm not a toy. I have feelings. I'm not a robot that you say, let's don't talk about feelings. What the hell does that mean? Maybe your boyfriend is someone that you don't need to talk about feelings, but I do. I'm a man and I like you and I want you to be my girlfriend. If you cannot be my girlfriend, it's going to be hurtful for me to be around you and be friend and see you just hanging out with another guy. Simple. So either here or there. I don't want to turn out to be a vegetable just because I keep watching the ice cream in the hands of other people and I never get to have one. You're my ice cream. You want to be with me, be with me. You don't want to be with me, set me free. That's all right. I respect that. I want you to be happy in life. If that's what makes you happy, I'm not going to stand in your way. But at the same time, understand, I'm a good person, I have feelings, and I like you. I don't want to be played with, whether you do it on purpose or not, which I believe you're such a good person, you're not doing it on purpose. But at the same time, the outcome is the same. I'm hanging around for what? What am I hanging around for? The ultimate purpose of, a boy and girl getting together is because they want to be together. It's not always just platonic friendship. Sometimes, like our case, turns out to be romantic. And for us, it was, and there was feelings here. I'm not down with it. I'm not down with the fact that you can have your boyfriend. Listen, when I have my girlfriend and I find somebody that I would approve of, and then maybe I can also flirt with you. But otherwise, I don't think it's healthy for me, nor it is healthy for you. So you make up your mind, yes or no. If it's no, I'll get over it. And I wish you all the best because I really care about you. And if it was yes, then we'll deal with it together regarding your parents or whatever it is. That's it. Make it clear. Make initiative. Tell her what you are all up to and what you want and what you don't want, what you like, what you don't like. And be, democratically solve it between the two of you. But you're hanging around just because she's a girl and she has, you're interested in her, then you're waiting for her. You're afraid if she would, if you say something that what you want, she may not like it. Well, already she's gone with somebody else. So what is it that you're gonna be afraid to lose? Say your piece. Communicate nicely, kindly, as a gentleman, but solid, strong, assertive. All right. Martin says, much love from Germany. Guten Tag, Martin. Martin says, oh, talking to Jay Lee. Martin says, I'm in grief too. Oh, you're talking to Jay? Or are you talking to me? You're welcome, Jay. Murat Guduku says, hi, your advice has been very helpful and thank you. all the odd things I'm thinking about my ex and the evil spirits she has. Guduku says that I felt from the beginning. How do I recognize them as real? Or are they just things I don't like because of my conditioning? Some background. I'm 23 and have moved on as much as I can. I do I'm sorry, I'm not quite clear if you mean that literally or is it a supposed to mean things. It says, I do shit every day, which I didn't before. Well, you must have been constipated probably then. That's not good. Go to a doctor and figure out what the hell is going on, because that's not healthy, because I can't figure out what you really mean. Do you mean, do you mean I have moved on as much as I can? I do shit every day, meaning you do things every day which you didn't used to do before? Is that what you mean? Because it doesn't seem like it's easy to misunderstand. Come on, guys, now. Okay, I'll take the second choice. I think you mean you've moved on as much as you can. You do things every day which you didn't do before, and that's good. And you say, I am just trying to get to know if I can trust her or not, and to learn. Trust her what? You've already separated with her. You guys broke up. What's the need for trust anymore? I don't understand. Have you not moved on? You said you've moved on. So if you've moved on, why do you want to trust her? Just move on with somebody else. So, let's see what else. As much as I can, some thoughts is still there, and I am curious. Why are you curious? For what? Why are you curious about a car that you're not going to be a passenger on, or a driver, or you're not going to have it? Why are you curious about? Now remember, guys, the expressions or the examples that I use is not to demean anyone. It's not supposed to compare a girl to a horse or to an animal, but it's just way to deliver so you can understand. So why are you curious about a horse that you neither own it, or you're going to ride it, or you need to go to competition with, or you need to train with? It's not yours. What are you curious for? You see what it is and what it is. So if it's a bicycle that you're not going to ride, you don't have it, it's in shiny, it's in the store, but it's not you. What are you curious to see if it's gonna, if it has good tires? Focus on your own bicycle. Go fix that up. So my question is, when you have already moved on, you are no connected, you have no connection with this girl anymore. What is it that you still think about her? Negative, or trust her, or curious? What for? Live your life. Who died and left her in charge to prove to you if you're a good person or not, or you're qualified to be with her, or you can trust her or not? Who cares? Live your life. He says, I feel like she's still a very important person. Why? She's important because you make her important. Otherwise, she's not important on her own. What has she done to deserve to be important in your life? Is she your girlfriend? Is she your wife? Is she supporting you, helping you, whatever? You guys have broken up and you still think she's important? No, it's your own thoughts that have created that kind of a persona, that kind of position, because you simply haven't given yourself a chance to go on and explore what more qualified people are out there that could be more compatible with you. And you're stuck in your field of the known, which is where you will find security. In the field of your known, there is an order. How the things were before you broke up. That order is still there. It's recorded. The files are still there in the field of vision, your consciousness, about how things were when you guys were together, or at least when you were feeling comfortable with her. And because the mind finds security through order, and you don't have that order now, the order is broken, and you feel a little bit out of place, and you haven't replaced the new order by doing new things and new mechanical processes and creating more attention and creating new order, and then feel secure through that. Your mind haven't found that security through the new order. Therefore, your mind is seeking security through order, but the order that is available is the memory of how things were with her. So you keep going in there and thinking she's important because she's the one that you're actually establishing order, illusory order, from your consciousness, in your memory, in the field of the known, because that's the only order you have access to, how things were in the memory. It's like you have no other movie to watch and you keep watching the old DVDs or VHS, however it was. And these are old movies that you keep finding enjoyment in that, but it's nothing new. You know the story, but it gives you that feeling of fuzzy feeling of everything is okay. You're just reminiscing that. It's time for you to go to a theater, find new action, new reality, actuality. Find new order through new things that you do and get engaged with them, and leave behind the recordings of the movies and go to a theater, new actions, new reality and actuality of a theater, a happening. So in my opinion, it is you who is seeking security through remembering how things were, the order was in your field of the known, about her, and that is why you think she's important in your life. Once you move on, then you will have no place for her because you're not hanging on the memory of the order that you had with her in order to find security, and you will find your order through doing other things which would be independent of this past experience, and you will feel fine, and you won't find her important in your life anymore. All right. Maria says, hi Mehran, why do exes do so well after they break up? He took my advice and started applying it. Ah, is this the Maria that we talked about yesterday? We talked to? I think it is. Yes. Okay. It's a good question. And I was gonna, I'm thanking you to join us here. It saves me from writing the answer to you. Well, let me tell you a short story, and your answer is in that story. I was traveling back many years ago from Germany on a Lufthansa airline, and coming back to Vancouver. On the flight, I met this stewardess who was a little bit into herself. In other words, a little bit kind of maybe sad. You wouldn't know it because she was very professional and doing her job well and very kind and pleasant. But we happened to get to talk a little bit. It's a long flight. And she opened up and told me, and I asked her, I said, your energy feels a little bit subdued, not something in there. She said, yes, you're right. And then we talked a little bit more, and she told me about her breakup, a recent breakup. And she said, I'm hurting because this person, without getting into it elaborately in detail, So it'll not be, you know, it'll stay private for her. She said, I had a boyfriend that he had difficulties of different kind. And she said she helped him by financing special classes, special coaching, and over time, the problem that the boyfriend had was completely resolved, and he became confident and well-spoken and articulate, all because of the coaching that she arranged for him and the money that she spent for those classes. And the man changed 180 degree and became noticing his full potential and very positive outlook and all that. So she was happy about that. But she said what happened next was he left me. And I'm devastated. I said, what the hell? What happened here? Oh, we were together, boyfriend, girlfriend. I noticed the problem and I helped. Money, time, effort, love, kindness, caring. And then after the problem was solved, you know, and then he left me. The one who actually helped him to become this better version of himself, which was 180 degree different from the level that he was in everything. So, why do you think that was? That's similar to your, I don't know what exact situation you had, Maria, but that's pretty much it. You helped your guy to focus on certain things, or you told him the things that he should focus to make his life better, be more successful, be happier, and become a better version, and have more potential, and all these things. And then once he heard and learned all these things, he left you and start attending to all those, adhering to all those things that you said, and then he's made his life much better by being more successful and doing everything that he was supposed to do, and you had seen the problems in him. So, what's the common denominator here? What's the common ground here? What's similar here? The similarity is this, that each person has a certain kind of a vision, a certain kind of image of him or herself. And you see them with the image that you have of them in your mind. And according to how they are and how confident they feel about themselves, what kind of image they have of themselves in their own mind, they negotiate day-to-day life and they impress others with the image that they exude of themselves onto other people's minds. And so these men had a certain kind of a image of themselves, because due to their capabilities and what they could see and expect of themselves, into your mind, into your minds. And they knew what kind of image they have of themselves into your mind, because they knew what kind of image they had of themselves into their own mind. So they could see that you know everything about them. And what you knew about them, both of cases, these cases, you and the lady that I was talking to you about, both of you knew about these shortcomings of these people. And when you know about the shortcomings of your man, or the man vice versa, but we are now talking about your cases. So when the woman knows about these shortcomings of the man, or the man knows about the shortcomings of the woman in a relationship, do you think that's the image that he wants other people to have of him? The image of his being incapable, the image of him not being at his full potential, the image of him not being the best version of himself, the image of him not being able to attend to certain things in a certain way that he should, taking his responsibilities and duties, and taking the bull by the horn, and taking life by its challenges, and pursuing and becoming and making a better version of himself. Do you think he would have he likes people to see him in that light? No. But you knew all that. So did my flight attendant friend. You both knew exactly what things were not right with your boyfriends when they had not dealt with it. So once they dealt with it, now they see themselves in a different image. Now they see themselves in a confident image, and now they're saying, this is my image, this is me. But you know what? She will always know what I was, where I come from. And I want people to see me as how I am now. I don't want them to know where I was, how I was, what I was, where I came from. I want them to know now. Like the movie Apple Annie. I don't know if any of you have seen that movie. But most people want to be having a good image of themselves in other people's mind. So when these people, your boyfriends, knew that they are no longer how they used to be, they wanted everybody to think of them as they are now seeing themselves. But they knew their secret and their origin and how they used to be with their shortcomings is all known by these girlfriends of theirs. And their ego wasn't fluffed because you knew the ingredients, the origin, the source where these people, how these people looked like, how these people were. And to remedy that, the first thing they want to do, they want to leave you so the next person they meet, that next person only sees them as they are now. Don't know anything about what shortcomings they had, where they were, how incompetent they were, or what challenge they had, and all that so forth. So in order to cover up and have that image be the only image that people would see them, they leave the girlfriend, the very person who actually helped them to become somebody. And this happens the other way around. A girl comes in with not much potential or not much abilities or proper structure of some kind, or education or job or abilities or confidence, and then she's pampered and helped and financed, and she goes to school and gets a good job, makes something out of herself, or whatever it is, I don't know, maybe cosmetic things that she needed, and all of that is done by the boyfriend or the boyfriend's support or whatever it is. And of course, they now don't want anybody to know how they used to be, that they didn't have much education, they didn't have this kind of job, they didn't look this way maybe, and they didn't dress this way maybe, they didn't have this kind of a money or whatnot. And in order to create that and hide whatever they were that they don't want other people to see or to know, and to create, have an image of them as they used to be, they leave the boyfriend. So the next person would only see them as they are now, not know anything about how they were before. And in your cases, both cases, the same. They didn't want you to know or see them as they actually were. They wanted their ego to be fluffed, and they have the kind of image that they wish people to have of them, and they were not honest with you. My vote would be good ridden. You guys are lucky that they actually left, because that kind of personality and attitude, you don't even want to have anything to do with them, because you can never trust them. And good thing that you can figure this out at such stage, rather than actually getting deeper with them, eventually marry them, and then one day be surprised in a bigger way when you have children and other things that you built together, and suddenly he leaves because maybe some other woman that gives him a certain kind of feeling that he can't get it through his own accomplishments and confidence and his own relationship, but yet is looking for other people's opinion to make him feel good. Therefore he leaves everything behind and goes. And that would be more devastating than this could be anything. So focus on the fact that there was nothing wrong with you. Him to cover up who he was and his incompetence or shortcomings and lack of accomplishments is the reason that he left you. So somebody else would only see him in that light with all the corrections that you taught him, you showed him, you told him to do to make a better version of himself. So he can now feel like it's me. I did it. Nobody helped me. I'm good. I'm really, I know myself. I know I did all this myself. People don't want to appreciate other people's help and support sometimes. So the first thing they do, they leave them. So they would not know about their origin. And so they would feel, they fool themselves that, yeah, I'm now somebody. But that character will show up in a different way with the other person. Maybe not in this way, but in some other way. Because the character won't go away by just leaving somebody that knows about your past. That character and that caused them to be the way they used to be will always be there. If they would have stayed and not do that, then that character would have also been modified and corrected. So don't feel sad. Be happy that you got to know about this real character, inner character, underlying character right now by this, which means he's not qualified, doesn't deserve to be with a woman like you, and you just lucked out. Go count your stars and celebrate. If you look deep, that would be what you should be feeling. On the surface, looks like you've been abandoned. No, he escaped from his own image. He escaped from you knowing about who he was. He wants to feel fictitiously important rather than actually being proud of the changes he made through help and support of the person that loved him. So he didn't have that capacity, that understanding, that class and ability to appreciate, which means he's not true to himself. If he's not true to himself, he can never be true to you. So go count your star. You're lucky, lucked out to know it at this level. Hope that would be something for you to ponder. Right. As down says, Mehran, do you have a relationship? What do you mean? You mean, am I in a relationship right now? No. No. Not at the moment. Murat says, okay, you guys are talking to each other. All right. Good. Ayushman says, Indian, age 19, male. I guess I have moved on. First of all, I want to thank you, sir. Your videos have helped me a lot. My board exams are near, studying hard for that, but every morning, okay, yeah, we talked about that. So the video is not that good, but the sound is good. Okay, as long as the sound is good. Maria says quality is good. Oh, okay, good. Nasiyashik says, my late mother always said, if you finance a person and never get anything in return, that means the monies you earn were never yours in the first. Well, okay. Okay. Maria says, oh my God, Mehran, it makes so much sense, because now he looks like he changed his life completely and has such a different image on social media. I do believe he felt inferior to him. Of course. He used to tell me that all the time. It was all about insecurities. Yes, of course. Maria says, thank you so much, Mehran. I was never capable of seeing it this way. Well, that's why I get the big money. Oh, sorry, I forgot. No, I don't see any. So just make sure, Maria, to share the videos that you like on social media. Help us to grow. And of course, it never hurts if you guys do visit my site, mind@6truth.com, and pick up the ebooks. Me, My Psyche, and I highly recommend it. Me, My Psyche, and I. And if you have transient thoughts, negative thoughts that you don't know what they are, they're not invited, they appear in your head, and you want to know what they are, what to do, how to manage them, then there's a book that I've written. It's called Transient Thoughts and Me. And of course, these books, along with the Breakup Pain Handbook, they're expensive because they're thick books, not the Transient Thoughts and Me, but the other two, and they're heavy to ship. But I've turned them all into ebooks, and you all can pick up the $100 book, $80 book for $4.99 or $5.99. So I think it would be good if you just pick it up. Not it just supports the channel, it also gives you something very valuable to have on your library and refer to it whenever you need to relax and read something meaningful, to know about your own psyche, your center, who you are, how you tick, what makes you act the way you do, and how you negotiate daily life. The more you know about yourself, the more you become the person who can remedy such challenges on your own, rather than looking for me or questions. You know about your machine. And get used to that, because that's the most important machine you have in your life. Yet you know the least amount of knowledge about it, because when you buy a toaster or juicer, you spend about half an hour on owner's manual and read it from left to right and figure out how it works to get the optimum performance. But about yourselves, how much do we know about ourselves? Not much. We only know what we need to eat, or I don't know, some exercise maybe, and read some books. That's all. But we don't know anything about, we know much about lots of other things we search for and read about and educate ourselves about, but we don't know anything about ourselves. What about the owner's manual? So I invite you to go on my site, mind@6truth.com, pick up Me, My Psyche, and I, and read that at your leisure. The chapters are not connected, so you can pick and choose each chapter that you feel like reading. Look at the table of contents and pick it and relax with it. They're short chapters, and then another one some other day. All right, let's go on with Martin. Says, watching Rocky movie, by the way. Okay, good. Yeah, Rocky is good. Puria says, I feel closer to you, Mehran, than my own father. Well, you're very kind. I appreciate the gesture. It's just because of the contents that helps you understand a little bit more about yourself. Otherwise, and Olga says, Mehran, I think you missed my messages. Did I? Did I? Did I? Let me go back. Let me go back, look for Olga. Olga says, actually, I asked and her answer made me scratch my head. She said, I was waiting for the signs from you and I waited for you to invite me. But I didn't, or but I did. Lol. It's even funny. Doesn't make any sense. Well, one thing you can do is just to say, okay, maybe a misunderstanding here and there, but who cares? The most important thing is that I think highly of you, and I would welcome the opportunity for us to be, have spent more time, and I would like to invite you for tea and cake, if you like. Put your, put your, whatever it is, your money where your mouth is, and just let's go have tea and cake. So forget about how it was, who said what, who didn't, who invited, who didn't, who was waiting, who didn't. Now, you know my intention is that I want you as a friend and you're a nice person, so let's go and chat. When can we do that? Then if she plays here and there, then she's just, forget it, move on. But if she didn't, then you guys can build on it and don't dwell on the past, just go forward. All right, now what? Majijan? What is it? What did you? I don't see a problem. Where is Majid? Majid says, friends have all forgotten me. I haven't complained to them. Ah, I see. Yeah. No, there's no problem. I just couldn't find if there's a question here. That's why. Otherwise, no, you didn't do anything wrong. You just says, I had lost my job, but I have a job now. Oh, yeah, okay. That's good. Any? Yeah, okay. So far, so good. So let me go to that other question. You said, it's such a mishmash in the sequence of the things here. It says, it was an error. Come on, Mehran. I wouldn't disrespect Aziz Jan. I have said before, you're a father figure for me. I said, no, you didn't do anything wrong, Majid. What's, no, not at all. I didn't mean anything that you did. No, I appreciate that you didn't say. I'm just saying that I couldn't see the point of, there was no question in it. That's what I meant. So if I see your question, I'll be more than happy to. No, don't worry. There's nothing wrong here. I was just making comment that I couldn't see a question there. Now, let's go to let's look for Nasro, because I think Nasro was the first one in, but I couldn't see it. There she is. Nasro says, hi, my dear Mehran. I really discovered everything is your ego, and now I'm moved on for good cause. I talk to myself and I feel fantastic. Okay, good to hear that. Let's see if there's any more from Nasro, because she's been waiting there and I somehow passed by her questions. Nasro says, I'm 21 from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Thank you, Nasro. All right. Bartos says, I'm starting to believe that I would never be able to meet anyone as good for me as my ex. Really? It's like saying, I'm beginning to feel I would never be able to find a car as good as my last car. You know that can't be. Things change, technology change, new things comes about, and it's always in motion. And if you had a relationship, because it's an X, you call it X, that means something went wrong. If it was the best version, best choice for you, it wouldn't be called X. You guys would still be together. When it's called X, that means something has gone wrong. That means it's no longer compatible. It wasn't meeting your standards, or the relationship wasn't really of the caliber that it could sustain itself. Therefore, it's called X. So how could you now say, the car that I abandoned because it broke down, it wasn't working, I can't find any better than that? What are you talking about? If that one was good, you were still in it and driving, and you would be going to your destination. The fact that you call it, I left it on the side of the road and it's in the shop, or it's not going to be fixed, it's broken, that means it's no longer something that you should count on to get you to your destination. And then you say, I don't think I can find a better car. How? Doesn't make sense. So when you have an X, it already tells you that something broke down. And when something is broken down, you can't say, oh, I can't find anything better than this broken down thing. Does it make sense? It doesn't, but you guys keep saying it. Why? Because when you think about the X, you don't think about the X as X. You think about the X as still your girlfriend and things are going good because at one point it did. But you don't see her for what she is. You see her, you perceive her as what you have of her in your memory. And in your memory, things are safe. And things feel good. And you feel secure. Because your mind finds security through order. And because life doesn't always keep its order intact, you find that order which brings security to your mind in your memory. That's why you always are in your memory. That's why none of you, or most of you, don't even see life, because you're constantly looking at things, trying to do things, but your mind is going at a different speed in your brain, in your memory, trying to find places that it feels good to sit there, because it can't find enough good situations out there to feel good about it, because the orders are not set and you're not satisfied with it. You're constantly going to your memory, and in your memory you have your X as your best choice. But when you come out of your memory, you'll see, well, look, the X is not in front of me, which means it wasn't working. That's why we are not together, which means I got to look for some other candidate that things could work and we could hit it off and keep it together. But you're not looking at your X like that. You're always looking at it, my X was better. If it was better, why is it an X? Why you guys are not together? Or is your definition of a good relationship is when you're actually broken up and she's not with you? If that is your definition of a good relationship, well, I guess you're right. Your X was the best. But if if your definition of a good relationship is when you actually are together, then face it, you're not together, which means it's not a good relationship. So why do you keep saying my ex was the best? If your ex was the best, she would be with you. The best is the one who's with you, not the one that, I don't care if gold is falling out of her hair, but she's not with you, therefore is not good for you. Remember, if this wheel doesn't turn for me, I don't care if it turns at all. So I don't care if that girl's got gold coming rushing down her hair and her nose is made out of diamond or whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't care how she looks. If it's not for you, if she doesn't pay attention to you, then it doesn't matter how she looks and what she does and what credentials she has. Because you're the most important person in your life, but you feel that if that person is not paying attention to the most important person in your life, which is you, it would be the right match for you. Does that make sense? No. So stop telling me that you think your ex was the best candidate for you. That just doesn't make sense. And here he goes, she was a fantastic person and our relationship was unordinary. Really? So how come it's not working together? So how come you guys are not together? I really regret my decision to break it up with her. Well, you had a decision to be made, and you made it for a certain reason. And when you made that decision, the reasons you had to make those decisions made sense to you and seemed right. Because at the time that one makes a decision, one believes that that decision is correct. Otherwise, if you don't think that was correct, you wouldn't have made it. So at the time you made that decision to break up with her, you felt it's correct. Because you were focused on not your desire of getting something, not your ego to fluff it, because you had her. She was in front of you. So you were paying attention to the detail of you guys bonding on conscious level or not. And you found things perhaps, the reasons perhaps that caused you to make that decision. But now that you don't have it, you're focusing on the fact that you're denied a pleasure part that you were receiving from her. The intimacy, the support, the feeling, the smile, and the things that to you seems important now, but then it wasn't an issue, so you could pay attention to the details of the subject. And the details convinced you to break up. Now you're focused on the pleasure part of the things, not the details. Because when you don't have an ice cream, all you think about is to have the ice cream, to enjoy the ice cream. But when you do have the ice cream, then you focus on, oh, the milk doesn't taste really good. It seems a little bit old, or the color is changed, or it's not that cold, it's too soft, or the quality of the ingredients is too sweet. But when you don't have it, you only focus on the word ice cream. I want the ice cream. I got to do anything to get an ice cream. When you have the ice cream, then you pay attention to how it's put together, what its qualities, its detail, its taste. Does it suit me? Am I allergic to it now? The smell of it, the aroma of it, the freshness of it, all that. Same thing here. When you were with her, you guys are now paying attention to detail because you're not bamboozled by the desire for pleasure and nothing is really covering your eyes because you're fully focused on the ice cream. I want that relationship. I want to have a girlfriend. I want to touch her. I want to kiss her. I want her to like me. And when you have all that, then you start seeing the nitty-gritties, the stuff that you couldn't see or didn't want to see or simply weren't able to see. How you guys are bonding on conscious level, what your conditionings are. Are you compatible or not? Are you helpful to each other? The manners and morals and all this stuff that it counts becomes under the microscope. Then you make a decision. I'm not saying your decision was right or wrong. I don't know anything about her. But what I'm saying is you got to understand, at the time you made the decision, you believed, based on the information was available to you, that decision was correct. Now, you're changed, the information is changed, your desires and everything else that you have or you don't have is changed. Therefore, your decision making is based on different sets of circumstances and standards. You can say, because I make a decision, such decision today, then the decision I made yesterday was wrong. No, yesterday you had only so much information that helped you make that kind of decision that you made yesterday, based on what you knew. Today, new information, new needs, and new way of looking at things, and you have changed yourself. Everything has come to be new. And based on these new information, your new self, new circumstances, new needs and desires, and lack of what you used to have and missing it, makes you make a different kind of decision. New information, new judgment. But you cannot say yesterday when you made that decision, you should have made that decision based on the information that you have today. Well, it wasn't today. You couldn't have this information, so you made it based on whatever was available to you. Then you cannot regret about that decision now. Which means forget about the X. At the time you made that decision, that X was that, and that's how she impressed you or not. And you made the decision based on that. Now, it's different. You're only focusing on the pleasure part, the things that were good. You're not remembering why you made that decision. So, on that basis, free yourself and move on and find other possibilities. Yeah, I just dealt with it. And always remember, life is not about one relationship or one woman or one man or whatever your relationship is. Life is far bigger than that. Don't sum it up to that was good, therefore that must be the only good thing that I could have in this life. because that's all I know, and that's the only experience that I can think of right now. And it was good, and I don't know what will happen, what will come up. But since I don't know and I don't see something else lining up for me, then I think nothing else will ever. Therefore, it makes me want the ex even more, because I really don't recognize the opportunities that await me because I can't see them. But the one that I've lost, I can have that information in my memory, and I can feel that, oh, that was good, or that wasn't bad, or at least it was something. So I prefer to have something that wasn't really that great, but I know of, versus the stuff that may come, but I don't see it, so therefore I conclude it will never come. So the fear of it never coming, it pushes you back to the X. The fear, the fact that you may not find, because you can't see it, it's not in front of you, therefore you can't believe that it will happen. That fear makes you think what you don't have, which you broke up or she broke up, and it was the ex and it wasn't working, it broke up, but you at least have information about it in your memory, and you think that would be acceptable. Versus nothing, that's acceptable. Because I know that was a possibility, but I don't know if anything in front of me that I can't see could ever be. Therefore, you miss the X. Don't fall for that stuff. All right. Pablo Smith says, how do I approach girls and others with confidence? I feel I consciously out myself down in front of others, 20 male USA. It's not a problem. You're 20 years old. At this age, most often, we're not that confident in front of the girls because we don't really know how qualified we are in our life. We haven't accomplished anything. We don't know much about ourselves. We don't have much credit to our name as far as what we have accomplished. So the confidence level based on accomplishments, it pretty much doesn't exist. We're only confident about, the fact that, I am who I am. That's all. My mom, my dad, what grade I am, what kind of, clothes I'm wearing, and, how groomed I have put, how I look, or how fit I am. That's all. And it's so limited. That's why, compared to the importance of the girl to you, pleasure, intimacy, girlfriend, woman, so important. And the idea of being with a girl, having a girlfriend is so important, overwhelms you, and you don't think you have enough credentials to warrant her attention, and you kind of feel not so confident. But you need to look at it this way, that first of all, it's normal to feel that way, because girls are so important to us heterosexual males at any age, let alone at that young age, that it's like, am I gonna be able to, have her attention or not? So important to us. And we haven't accomplished much, so we kind of don't feel that confident. So that's normal. But if you would simply focus on the fact that she's also a human being, she's no deity, she doesn't have special powers. It's your desire and your interest that makes her feel and seem so important. But her on her own also doesn't have much confidence about what she has accomplished in that age. What has she done? She hasn't brought peace to the world, or cured a common cold, or helped sick people be healed, or children or old people have food and shelter and protection. She hasn't done any of that. She's so young herself. So understand that she's also in the same boat as you are. She's also a little bit nervous and doesn't know what to explain, what to expect. And so she's just another person at that same age without much qualifications or accomplishments. So that kind of puts you at par. So you feel a little bit good. So the only thing here is that you're much more interested in her than she's in you, because that's how guys are. When they see a girl, they fall over themselves. They just can't believe their luck, especially at that age, because they don't expect anything. At the point At this point, you don't expect anything from the girl than her being pretty and, you be interested in her looks and her, fitness level. But later on, when you begin to see there's a lot more into girls than how they look, then you also start expecting more credentials. Manners, morals, education, consciousness, and you want to bond with them on conscious levels. You expect more because you understand there's a lot more to a relationship than just being interested in each other's physical attributes. Then you will be more confident because you're now looking at her with the eye of discrimination, like figuring out if she qualifies or not, not just blank check. Oh, she's a female and I'm a heterosexual male. I like females, so she's qualified. No. But at this age, you don't expect anything more than her looks. And if she's a looker to you, then you're nervous because you're afraid of, what if I don't have her? What does that mean? That means I'm not good enough? All that comes to your mind. But right now, just focus on the fact that she's just as nervous as you are. She doesn't know much more than you. She hasn't accomplished anything more than you have accomplished at that age. So you're all at par. Now try to communicate, get to know each other. And just always, at all times, don't forget to be a gentleman, a good person. Treat her right. Doesn't matter if she likes bad boys or assholes. It doesn't matter. You don't be one. You be that gentleman that women feel safe with him, feel comfortable with him, feel that they can simply talk with him for hours and feel good about it, because he's not just always counting the time to get into their pants. He is a gentleman. He's sitting there and tries to get to know them. That will help you to feel better about yourself. You feel you're a gentleman, therefore you've got something to offer. That already gives you confidence because you feel that mentality helps you to feel that you've accomplished something. You're different than the others. When you're different than the others with higher quality and morals, then you feel more presentable in your own mind and you feel more qualified for her to like you. With that attitude, you will feel more relaxed and you'll have a better chance. And you will find better girls who will expect that same thing. So it works both ways. All right. Who was I talking to? Was it Pablo? Yes. All right. In the meantime, accomplish yourself. Do your studies well. If you have a job, do your job well. Excel. And never stop being a gentleman. Doesn't matter what. All right. Excalibur says starting with artichoke and lemon mix. What are you talking about? I missed another. Oh, there's one. Excalibur says, as soon as I saw your live, I got a mood boost. All right, good. Looks like your energy is highly positive, Mehran. When has it not been? Huh? Hope you're doing well. I got no drink today, but plenty of vegetables and fruits. Well, don't underestimate the power of pomegranate on this season, guys. Pomegranate is an elixir of life. It's got lots of sugar in it, though, so eat it moderately. But it's great. Berries, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, pomegranate. These are, don't neglect using them in your diet. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just looking forward to do a blood test and figure out how my past 6 months diet has done, as the general quality of its contribution to what? For 6 months I haven't had meat. I've been having beans and vegetables and, you know, all my supplements and so on, and so I want to see if its effect, and then I would know if I can start meat or keep going. So, but I think it's time to maybe eat a little bit differently. My recovering after gym is longer, lots of pain and aches, which I never had. I think that has a lot to do with the amount of calorie I take in. I think I take about maybe 12 to 1500 a day max, but I need 2600 to keep my weight. That's why I lost 22 pounds in the past first 3 or 4 months of it, and now it's been from 195, I think, in 98, 95, I'm now 174. 175. I think that's enough. So I look forward to that, and then I'll see what changes has come to by looking at the blood results, and then I'll know what path I should take, modify, or keep going. So Excalibur says starting with artichoke and lemon mix. Well, with artichoke, I remember my mother would make a real nice artichoke when we were kids before dinner. Sometimes we would have one artichoke each, and the sauce that you would peel the artichoke and dip the tip of it, edible part, into that sauce was, I think, something like olive oil, yogurt, mustard, or olive oil, yogurt, and lemon juice, if I'm not mistaken. And that was pretty good. So you can just make that sauce and put it in there and enjoy. So it says, first report of the night is you look fantastic with long hair. Oh, yeah, the long hair. Yeah, I gotta cut it. It's beginning to look the Spanish swordsman in the past. In the past century, a few centuries ago. And it's just gone out of hand. I will get to it. Been a little bit busy here and there. It's a Mehran dynasty emperor kind of look. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, I did make a funny picture of myself, you know, kind of tied the hair in the back just for a laugh, like the old swordsman of the D'Artagnan and the Three Musketeer time. And then I had a cigar in my mouth, just took a picture for laugh. And it was laugh. My son and I laughed at it quite a bit. Now, Puria says, after a year of my breakup, I deleted my ex's photos today. I'm absolutely over her, but sometimes I see a vision of her for a fraction of a second, a picture of her with her husband. It feels like shit and makes me think about her. 19, male, Iran. Ah, no, what are you talking about? She has a husband or not. It doesn't make her any better or worse. She is who she is, and what it is that you guys were incompatible, so move on. There's so many beautiful women in Iran. What are you talking about? Amazing looking girls. And most of them are nice. Or are they? He says, my ex married after 2 months of our breakup at the age of 18. Oh, sheesh. You have no business marrying at age 19 that you are. And at age 18, she still doesn't know who the heck she is. It's too early. But anyhow, you go be jubilant that you didn't fall for that. Move on. 19, you have no business thinking about marriage. Go on, build something. Finish your education, get a job, make money. Then, you know, choose a woman that is fully compatible with, at least as much as possible, and then you build something together. This was just, you know, 19 years old. You'll be falling in love. I used to fall in love 5 times a day when I was going to school and come back. And it's just, that's the age that you should feel that way. Not every love that you meet or every woman that you meet you should love or you should fall in love with or you should pursue. Just enjoy the flower and move on. And that was one of it. It's not time for you to think that way. Just build yourself. Focus on accomplishing yourself. Then you've got things to offer yourself, build your life with, and offer some woman that is going to be counting on you to be her husband or her partner. All right. Nasia Sheikh says, my late mother always said, if, oh, I see, we read that one. Majid says, is it normal to find it hard when you're trying to move on? Of course, because you can't move on when your mind is not moving on. You know, you can't keep going forward and run as fast as you can if you keep looking back or thinking about something behind you, something that is past. Because your attention is not with the speed of your mind. Your attention and your mind are not together. If your attention is in the back, your mind is in the back, but your target is in front, so it won't work. So in order to move on, you should also bring your attention forward, which means stop thinking in your memory, which is the past, so stop being in the past so you can then go forward. You can't be going forward by looking in the back. You're going to crash into something. So fix your attitude about what it is you want to accomplish, then bring your attention to what it is that you want to accomplish. Have your mind and your attention look in the same direction, and then you can proceed to go toward that goal, what it is that you want to move on. To move on, you got to make sure you're headed to the right direction. You can't turn your back and still move on, otherwise you'll be going the wrong direction. I hope it makes sense to you and not confusing. It says, basically, I'm not looking at her social media and I'm in no contact. This is not what I normally do, but find it hard. Is it normal? It's hard because you've been doing it for so long. If you never did it, you would have been over her by now. But you keep looking at the pictures on social media. What for? What for? It's like you're looking some kind of a, I don't know, stimulating yourself for no reason. If the doctor has told you do not eat peach, why you keep going to the produce store and keep standing in front of the peach section? Why? When you do that, it becomes hard to do the right thing and not to do the wrong thing. The doctor has told you don't eat peach for a while. So why do you keep looking at peaches? Peach picture, peach department or thing in the supermarket. Why? Same thing. If you've broken up, why you keep looking at the social media? So obviously you're going to be motivated or, you know, go into memory and then you say, oh, you know, ice cream is not good for you. Or for some reason you're on a diet or whatever reason you say you don't want to have ice cream. Then why do you keep going to the ice cream shop? Why do you keep looking at the ice cream pictures? When you do that, you're conditioned to pay attention to that. What you pay attention to, it's hard to forget and move on naturally. Because mind moves the body. If your mind is busy with constantly entertaining the idea of ice cream, idea of the peach, then how can you stay away from it when your mind moves the body and your mind is busy entertaining the idea of the ice cream and the peach, so your body, your taste buds and everything else, it wants it naturally. Mind moves the body. Mind thinks of it, body follows. So if you want to move on, you got to take your mind off of this, which means to stop looking at the social media, which obviously you've done. It's hard for you because you've been doing that for a while. So eventually it'll be okay. And it is normal. Don't worry about it. Martin says, Mehran, check Bartos's and Pablo's question. Okay, I think I did. Yeah, Martin. Yeah, but you should start. Start reading the manual. I think I've read the questions that you referred to, I believe, already. Okay. Bartos says, thanks for your... Oops. Bartos says, thanks for your words with comparing eggs to ice cream. Anyway, do you have any tricks for stopping that feeling from my head? I think, you know, I just mentioned, unless you are expecting a syringe to stick in your arm so you will pass out, that won't happen. It just means stop thinking. But now that you know what makes you think about her, what makes you want her is your thinking, then change your thinking. Change your thinking, focus on your life and accomplish yourself, and know that there are possibilities out there, and there's always something in the works and on its way towards you, regardless if you see it or not, if it's in front of your eyes or not. Must understand that it's on its way, even if you don't see it in your field of vision. Then on that note, you just leave behind what you have left behind, and don't keep looking back. Keep going forward, build your life, and in time, new opportunities will present themselves. Simple. Trust the universe. Trust nature. You can't simply only believe what you see and what you know. There are things that you don't know, but they will happen. And the things that you don't see, but they will appear. You can't just say, well, I don't see it, therefore it never will happen. It's not there now, but what you see is not covering all times, it's covering one time and space, right now. Same place that you're looking right now, there could be something in it later in a different time period. That time period hasn't arrived yet. So just because you can't see it, you say, oh, in this space, I don't see it, therefore it can never be. No, the same space in different time, they will have different things in it. They will appear eventually when the time arrives. So don't focus on what you see in the space. Focus on the fact that what you see in the space is not what that space can actually present, because there is another element of time that hasn't come about. Therefore, that space is only representing what that time is representing, is providing in that space. On that note, that means, hey, even though I don't see anything in front of me, that there could be, definitely, given time. And an elaborate questions, guys. I don't remember the last part of the question. If you want to follow up, like, you know, what those thoughts, when you say what to do when those thoughts come into my mind, that was in different questions you put out, and I don't remember what thoughts you mean. So for elaborate questions, you guys do yourself a favor and go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. Make an appointment on my Skype consultation, and then we can explore it one-on-one together. Otherwise, this will be a one-on-one personal session, which will not be able to get to other questions. So I can only go for so much of it, and then hopefully it will be enough until next time, or then you can follow it up on a Skype consultation session, which you all know how to do. So in this way, at least we can attend to everybody. So I don't really recall, because so many questions, so I forget. If you refer to it in another question, I forget what the story was. And Gerald says, you're so good, Mehran. Thank you for your knowledge and for your helping us. You're welcome. Morat says, wow, that's sick, bro. Well, I don't know if it's to me or to somebody else, and I don't know what it was about, because I've been answering other questions. So, and I don't see your comments right in time, because I have to scroll down to see if you have made a comment or not. So when I get to it, I don't remember what it's about. Murad says, I sometimes feel like I could be at my best with her. That is truly that I truly am my best because I'm getting fit, smarter, think with confidence, cause I want to find a new partner to only restart the circle. Okay, good. Remember, guys, I asked every time you put a question in or a follow-up question, always do mention where you're tuning in from, man or woman, whatever your gender is, and how old you are. Just 3 abbreviations. M for male, F for female, age, and where you to in the city or the country you come from. That's it. It reminds me at least a little bit about who I'm talking, how old, how can I deliver it better for that age or for that background, cultural background, and so on, and the gender. Martin says, ladies and gentlemen, dear Mehran, I wish you a nice evening, night, day, and always remember happiness can only come from within. Rest is our own delusion of... Yeah, okay, right. Have a nice day, Martin. Or evening, I think it's evening over there. Good Abend. All right. Champion says, will you be my father, Mehran? Champion, you don't even tell me where you're tuning in from. I don't know anything about you. I just know that you're a champion. Mio Drag. I don't know what you're talking about, Mio Drag. You don't have a question for me to answer. So what are these bunch of comments related to? I can read it for you so you will know that what you're saying doesn't make sense here. So your first comment is, how many ways to earn money, Jesus? Second comment is many. Third is one more like Richard something, Grannon. I don't know whose name that is. And then you go on and say, oh shit, if I didn't pay you, you would not read comment. That is the level of this. I don't see that question you answer right now here in chat. Okay, that is it. I understand this. Nowadays, everyone is in psychology. All are NLP masters, moral gurus, know everything, etc. You see, it doesn't make sense. What is it there to answer? I don't know what you're talking about. So then you say, now he talks about rib therapy. So you can see there's nothing here for me to answer. I think you're just being a troll, and that doesn't go well with us. You're flooding the place and pretending that you actually have a question. Thank you, Puriya. I appreciate that. All right. Murat, did I miss your question? I think I answered it, didn't I? think by the time I get to your question that it says I missed it, I've already answered it. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I answered it. All right. Oh, we got hundreds of comments from Miodrag. All right. All right. I think all right. Let's deal with this. I think Miodrag wants to flood our page here, so we just ask him to take a break. All right. And just one moment. One moment, guys. One moment, please.
What has lasted?
All right. Almost done, guys. Just one moment, please. All right. Okay. I had to do what I had to do. I wonder why these people find it so much time to just be nuisance. What do you get out of it? Waste of your life. Learn something positive. All right. What do you say, Majid? Mehran, stop having a go at me, lol. I didn't. Ha ha ha. Look, what is that? Oh, look back, you mean? What? Ah, Mehran. I said I don't look at my ex's social media. Yes, you did, but you also said, but is it normal that it's hard? So you said it's hard not to look back. That's why I said what I said. And do you want me to translate to what I say now, or you want me to talk Farsi? All right, now we kind of dealt with that. Let's see how many other trolls we get. Wasted their life. Wasted their life. You asked a question, Murad, before, but I think I did answer all your questions, Murad. No? Didn't I? Believe me, I did. See, you said, I sometimes feel like I could be at my best with her, that I truly am best because I'm getting fit. Yeah, okay, so that wasn't the question, that was a statement. And then you said, wow, that's sick, bro. And that means I must have answered your question, maybe. It says, I broke up with my ex to work on myself because I became so lazy. Oh, maybe I did miss it. How come I don't do things when I am with her? Yeah, it's naturally because it's like you're sitting at home, again, the ice cream example, you want something, let's say ice cream. So with the idea of you want ice cream, you desire ice cream, you haven't had it, you just crave it, you get up, you put your shoes on and you walk or run or take your bike or take your car, go to the store and go through all this, even though you didn't feel like it, but the idea that there's an ice cream there, you want it, you crave it, it motivated you to go and do all that. But when you got the ice cream, then you don't want to go anywhere else. You don't want to run, you don't want to walk, you don't want to go out of your home. You just want to sit there and have the ice cream, and then you don't want to go anywhere else because you don't have, you already got the ice cream. Same thing when you are, not with her, you miss her, you kind of want to be motivated to walk towards her or make an effort. But when you're with her, you say, well, my whole idea of doing all these plans and offering to do all these things was before, it's because I wanted to get to be with her, close to her. But now that I'm close to her, sitting with her, that's all I wanted. I don't want to do anything else because she is more important to me than actually the biking or, running together. I just want to be with her. That's pretty much could be why you become lazy when you're with her, but when you're not with her, you kind of want to do some things. He says, I broke up with my ex to work on myself because I became too lazy. How come I don't do things when I'm with her? And I sometimes feel like that is a bullshit reason. The real truth was because I didn't like her enough. Maybe, like I was judging her. That was a sometime feeling, was leaving her for my work and well-being, jobs, aspiration, dreams, goals. Bad. I sometimes now feel like I could done that with her. Yes. Well, often we don't really see people as they are because we have these prerequisites or preconditioning in our heads, in our psyche. Ever since we've been a child, we grew up, we've been raised, influenced by different kinds of stereotypes or different kind of expectations of how I want my girlfriend to look or where I want her to be coming from or where is she from or what kind of culture, what kind of language, what kind of a family, what kind of things she wears or doesn't wear. All these prerequisites have shaped your expectations, and now when you meet someone, you really don't pay attention who she is, what she is, how her consciousness is, her judgment, her way of dealing and negotiating the daily life, her reaction, her actions towards what she has made out of her accomplishment. None of that. Mostly you look at her, but all you see is all the comparison to the prerequisites that you've been conditioned to expect and want, and you see if she has them or not. If she does have them, oh, that's something that I was told that's not good. You don't even pursue to see if she's what kind of person she is. You just judge her right away based on what you have on your consciousness, not based on who she really is, based on what the idea of somebody like her would be like because of the conditions that you've received and how to perceive her rather than to actually see her. And that made you not really get to know her, which ended up you judging her and not really knowing about her before you judge her. And then you disqualified her or lost interest or, level of interaction changed. Now, I think now I'm caught up with Murat. All right. Okay. Oh, this guy, how many nonsense he's put in here that I'm glad I read it quickly and got rid of it. Why do these people do this? What do they gain? What do they gain? Is that how lost they are in life? Like nothing going for them? That they actually think this will make them feel they've accomplished something? By, I don't know, make a fool out of themselves? Aha, Murat, I found it before you redid it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, Majijan, you're welcome. Okay, guys, looks like we hit all the questions. I hope I did. And at this time, I would like to thank you all for giving me your time to share with you these few hours and few points. I love you all, and I hope that you will not forget about promoting the channel as best as you can, and sharing the videos that you like on social media, and visiting my site and picking up the ebooks if you haven't yet. Me, My Psyche, and I, and Transient Thoughts and Me should be the two that you should focus on. And of course, you know that I'm one Skype call away. Just make an appointment with me on my site, mind@6truth.com, and we can explore what's concerning you as I do that all around the week with people around the world who need it. In the meantime, please be good to yourself and to the others. I look forward to talk to you again. I don't know, maybe tomorrow or the day after, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you.